morning, sports fans. Welcome to the Sports Corner. I have a longtime friend joining us this morning on the show, and that is Hoops in the Sun co-CEO Randy Cruz. Randy, what's going on, man? Great to see you.
Bobby C, my man, how you doing?
I'm doing great. It's usually that time of year, that summertime that we have you here on the show, but we have some, I guess, breaking news out of Hoops in the Sun, and that's that we've got a brand new winter league to share with the Bronx. Tell us a little bit more about what's going on with HITS right now.
Yeah, so we got the Winter League going on. We started week one last week at Bronx Regional High School. We go to April 3rd every Saturday and Sunday. All are welcome. It's free. We got the middle school boys divisions going on. We got the Unlimited Pro women's and men's divisions going on. So it's kind of a throwback to what we did a long time ago for our spring league to kind of, introduce new teams to trying to get into the summer league and try to find some new talent, young talent to come out there and play at Orchard Beach in the Bronx, which this summer will be season number 22. Which means season 21 for you, Bob, because you've been there just as long as me. So you're a longtime veteran there. You're a Hall of Famer there. But I think, it really feels good to, shake the cobwebs off and get some basketball back in the city. And, first time ever doing a winter league. It's going good so far. Got some great teams. And just trying to create an atmosphere that we can create a all year round programming, which is really the ideal goal for us to do something not only in the summertime, but also in the fall, winter, and spring coming up.
And it just means that we're both old. I mean, I'm starting to get a little.
I mean, I didn't want to say that, but that's why I said you're a veteran, man. You're a veteran.
Veteran. That's a nice way of saying old man. I know how it is. Well, I think, I know our fans here in the Bronx, because we've obviously chronicled the league for so many years on BronxNet. In fact, even those first couple of years, having the games on the station and televising the broadcast that way. And but for those that may be checking in with us for the first time, before we get a little bit more into the Winter League, was going to kind of recap a little bit of how we got there. So over 20 years, tell us a little bit more about how the league started here in the Bronx.
I tell everybody the same story. Like my dad had a vision. He grew up being a basketball player, basketball fan, and he was a regional sales manager for Jennifer Convertibles, a big time sofa bed company at the time. And one week he just said, he has to go out to California and do some work. And on a day off, he happens to walk by Venice Beach and sees the basketball games or tournament, just the atmosphere, the boardwalk, the Pacific Ocean, the restaurants, people skateboarding, just a weird but great atmosphere. And in his mind, he was like, listen, I think I can recreate that in New York, but at Orchard Beach in the Bronx. And Orchard Beach is really our second home. And so my dad and my mom took my brother and I, Joe, to Orchard Beach every summer when we were little children. And that happened to be the only ideal place he wanted to do a tournament. So when he came back from the trip, he just said, listen, I think we could do a basketball tournament. We all watch basketball. We all know what we're doing. I think it'd be a great idea. At the same time, my dad was also helping out Ray Diaz at the Nike Pro City tournament at Hunter College from 97 to 99. And then, he got some feedback from Ray Diaz. He got some feedback from a longtime school friend, Earl the Gold Manigault, and just kind of learning the ropes. And lo and behold, we had some early meetings with the Parks Department in 2000, I think February or March. And we started off as just a 8-team men's division, steel backboards and breakaway rims. And at the time, they did renovation back in 2000. And we morphed the following year into the women's and, youth league. And now, Bob, when you fast forward 22 years, we have over 55 teams. Majority of them are youth. We only have 8 men's. We got the high school girls, the high school boys. We got middle school boys and girls. So it just morphed into something bigger than than myself or my brother couldn't even imagine. So it's a long time. It's a long process. It's not easy, as you know, because you're there every summer. But yeah, that's pretty much the story of how the tournament got created.
Hey, Randy, what a legacy for you, your brother, for your dad, for your family. And Well, that legacy right here in the Bronx is just an incredible story to tell about how Hoops in the Sun has provided community basketball for so many youngsters. And some of those youngsters, of course, have gone on to play professionally, whether it's overseas or in the NBA. Notables like Kenny Satterfield and Kimball Walker and Smush Parker, and more recently, even Obi Toppin here for the Knicks.
Yeah, man, I think that's the beauty of it. You know, you see these kids, you know, just on the 5 feet away on the court adjacent. And like you said, Kenny Satterfield, Dwight Hardy, Isaiah Washington, aka Jelly Fam, and Obi Toppin, and these guys, you know, they come in year out as young children, and you see them prosper in grade school and in high school, and you see the potential. Like, man, if he goes to the right school, the right D1, and gets the right playing time, this kid could be a potential star, and not only in college but also the NBA. And Obi's a great example of that. Like, you know, 2-3 years in Dayton, and now he's a first round draft pick, number 8 pick with the Knicks, and you know, seeing that legacy with his dad. His dad played in the tournament when it all started in 2000, MVP championships, and you see like how he was there, and also the other son Jacob was there. So it's funny because they always used to run around at halftime just to shoot around or try to win some prizes, and now you're looking up to both of them now. So I think, and it's always good that the kids come back. You know, they never forget where they came from or where they started. So the guys like Kimba and Obi and those guys always come back to the tournament, show some love. They may not play as much because we know how it is with the concrete, and they're getting paid millions of dollars. But just to have them come back and show love every single summer, and see the kids that are now playing in the youth league, to kind of look up to both of them.
And Randy, obviously the pandemic, affected Hoops in the Sun in 2020 and summer of 2020, but you guys were able to rebound last year. And tell us a little bit about how you and your brother were able to not only take things into the spring league action, but now put together another wonderful program for the kids in the wintertime.
Well, I think the pandemic really made everybody kind of self-reflect, and to see how we all can do better in our jobs, personal lives, and stuff like that. And one thing was, not having any street ball tournaments in 2020 was like, me, I get bored quick. It's summertime. What am I going to do? And my brother and I really sat down one day. It was like, listen, all right, there's no tournament. What can we do to kind of service the kids who were playing in the tournament or just a fan of the tournament in the neighborhood? And we created this combine workout kind of thing at the beach. We call it the Summit. And basically it's, you get a workout in the sand, do some basketball drills. At the time, there were no rims put back up at that time. So back in July of 2020, they put the rims back up. And it's like, boom, we can really do something. Just, wear the mask and just kind of be safe. And we got basketball drills, we got boxing, yoga, mental health speakers, and obviously the sand workout. So once that was created, it kind of really made me and Joe and the staff kind of look at the beach like, all right, what else can we do here? We always utilize the basketball courts, but we never really, utilized the venue to our advantage. We always was there June, July, August, and we leave. And now it's like, all right, maybe we can be here in March, April, May, June, July, and August, September, October. So we can build a 6-7 month program, which leads into our all year round programming idea. And I think that's been one of the most integral parts of the tournament. Now it's under our umbrella. People who don't play in the tournament or want to get a workout, they become a part of the Summit program. Some kids who were there 2 years ago are now trickling into the Summer League, which is a great thing. So if the pandemic doesn't hit, then the Summit is not created. So it just really opened our eyes to see how can we expand our brand, not saying doing a different tournament, but doing different stuff with the brand. So the Summit has been one of my favorite things added so far.
That was part one of our interview with Hoops in the Sun co-CEO Randy Cruz. Tune in next Monday for part two.